Hey guys, I think we always need to earn whatever comes to us. You know, we get what we work for, or we get what we deserve, or we get out what we put in, and I think that's true. But I also think there are times where it's okay to ask. I'll give you an example. When I was 21, I worked for a big security company, and there was 120 staff, and there was a job coming up, sort of a supervisor job coming up, and I knew about it. And one day the boss was walking past, and I asked him, you know, excuse me, have you got a minute? And I said to him, I know there's a supervisor job coming up and I'd like it. And short story is, I got it. And I'm sure I would not have got it if he didn't think I deserved it. So I'd been working pretty hard, and I'd been doing a good job, and I'd been pretty confident in what I was doing. So I guess that's why I got it. But if I hadn't have asked him, I wouldn't have got it. And I know a few years later, when I had my own security company, a similar thing happened. Somebody asked me for a better position, and I gave it to them. And I think the reason is that sometimes with bosses, or just before I go on, another example is occasionally, you know, there'll be somebody that we really like, but maybe we think, oh, they're a bit out of our league, you know, she's a bit too good for me, or he's a bit too good for me. But we ask, and it happens. And I think if we don't deserve it, or if we haven't put in the work, or if we haven't done whatever we need to do first, or whatever reason, it won't happen. But I think sometimes asking opens the door. It gives us that opportunity. And it's not like asking for a gift. It's putting yourself up and offering yourself if someone thinks you're worth it. So in the case of a job, of course the employer's only going to give you the job, or the manager's only going to give you the job if the manager thinks that you're up for it. But by asking, by putting your hand up, you're drawing yourself to their attention, which is the first thing. And the other thing is that you're showing a willingness and an enthusiasm to do it. You're showing them, they might not realize that you want to do it. And I'm sure when I was 21 and I put my hand up to that boss then, he probably wouldn't have thought of me. There was 120 staff. He probably had a list of people he was thinking of for the job, but I probably wasn't on it because I was too young. And he probably wouldn't have been aware that I'd be keen to do it, you know? And I think that's the thing. We might think, well, obviously I want that job, but the boss might not think so. He might think, oh, well, that person seems pretty happy where they are. So I think it's important to ask. I think it's important to ask. If it's a job and you want the next job up, it's important to ask. We have to be prepared for rejection, and that goes for the boss, or for the pretty girl, or for the handsome guy, or whoever. There's a chance we will get rejected. And people will only do it if they think we deserve it, whatever it is, and if we put in the work first, and if they think that we've got something to offer them, and that goes for the manager, or the girl, or the guy. But I think it's okay to put your hand up, and I think it helps. I think if you don't, quite often nothing happens. So, you know, asking for, and in business, recently I did the same thing on YouTube. I asked my subscribers to help me get more subscribers. I said, if you think my channel deserves it, if you think my channel's a good channel, and if you think my channel deserves it, please recommend the channel to your friends. Please ask your friends to subscribe. And, you know, I think that's a good thing to do. Now, some people did it. Some people went, yeah, I'm happy to do that, and did it. Some people went, oh yeah, you've got a nice channel, and didn't do it. But you know, that nobody was offended, because you're not asking for a gift by doing something like that. You're just saying, if you think I deserve it, would you please do this? Would you please consider me for this? So, actually, on that, I did actually got a bit of flack from that, not from my subscribers, but from some other people, some other YouTube channel people seemed to think that asking my subscribers to help me get more subscribers was a bad thing. And I do remember with that job when I was 21, there was a couple of people who got a little bit unhappy when I got that job. It was like, you know, why did he get the job? Why didn't I get it? That sort of stuff. Well, that happens, guys, and I think we find this in life. You know, if you put your head up, in Japan they say the nail that stands up gets hit down, and I think that happens in life sometimes. If we do something to get ahead, we will cop criticism for it. Sometimes, you know, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason. But the point is, if you ask, if you deserve it, you have a chance it will happen. If you haven't put in the work, or the people don't think you deserve it, the manager doesn't think you deserve it, the girls don't think you deserve it, the guy doesn't think you deserve it, the subscribers don't think you deserve it, it won't happen. But at least if you put your hand up, there's a chance that it will. So yeah, apply for that job, or, you know, ask that person out, or you know, ask. Christian quote, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you probably will. You might not. If you haven't deserved it, you might not. But at least if you ask, you'll have a chance. If you don't ask, you probably won't receive. I think that's probably a fair assumption. Anyway, I know you didn't ask for that, but there it was.